Kia ora, Commanders. Commander Crichton here. I just went to Aulin Enterprise looking to establish a superconductor trade route and went to a local cafe, Zero G Café, and ordered a coffee and found that was charging quite the mint for it. So did some asking around, and apparently tea and coffee's in high demand. So I thought, maybe I can find a trade route for that as well. Now, I wanted to stay away from the core systems because we know that Eranin and Weird and the Federation are involved in a war, and Iran has got its civil war, so probably not the best place to go looking for cash crops. I hear they're even struggling to get grain after rebels attacked on the capital city. So I thought I'd go a bit further afield. Now, there's two systems that I figured were far enough from the conflict zone that I could get a good supply of tea or coffee. They were Tun and Eta Cephi, Eta Cephi or Tun. Now, Tun looked good, nice Federation world, outdoor agricultural planet, you know, the old garden world. But I'd also looked at Eta Cephi, and they were a supplier of superconductors, so I thought, maybe I can kill two birds with one stone. Now, this will be a 74 light-year round trip, and that's as the crow flies. It will probably be a bit further because, you know, systems aren't lined up in a nice straight line. But I will be doing the trip in a hauler with a 12-ton capacity, and I think a Class E hyperdrive. There is one stage better that I haven't upgraded the frameshift drive to. I guess I need to make a few more of these runs, but it just goes to show you can actually do the wanted missions in the core systems, in the starter systems, so long as you've taken the time to get the right setup to do it. It's not impossible. No, hopefully it won't be. We will find out. So I've taken the mission, along with one to bring some superconductors back as well, and I've loaded up with a cargo of synthetic meat. Because who doesn't like meat that you add the flavor to from a shaker? Rule number 3. The jump point will always be behind the station, no matter where you are, where you're going, or when you leave. So the trip I worked out on the galactic map takes from Aulin to G239-25. From there we jump to Paifang. These should be familiar ones to everyone from Beta 1. And then to LFT 1446. That should then bring us into jump range to Eta Cephi. And here we are. Now, Eta Cephi is quite an interesting place because it's recorded as having 2.6 billion inhabitants, but I can't find any habitable worlds, only 4 orbit stations in orbit of 4 worlds very close to a really large sun, so imagine the living conditions are kind of terrible. But they do sell the cash crops I'm after and produce the superconductors I'm after, so yay, unpleasant work environments. So checking the system map, I find that the station with the import and export listed, and thus the commodities market, is on the other side of the very hot, very large sun, and in my rush to get there I run into this lovely looking planet and have an emergency stop with the frameshift drive. But at least it gives me a moment to relax and enjoy the scenery, as I then forget to turn away from the planet to get away from its gravity well, so I can actually frameshift with some efficiency. But I do arrive at the station eventually. Surprisingly, I haven't needed to use any of my heat sinks. So close to the sun, the temperature is sitting around 80-90%, and even goes over 100% when you frameshift out, but as luck would have it, it's not too hot. So, like any greedy businessman, I immediately check the bulletin board to see if anyone is craving the synthetic meat I have in the cargo bay. When that's not the case, I figure, well, I may as well sell it. I think I make 200 odd credits per ton, but it pays for the fuel and the repairs and whatever else to get here, and probably has some left over. Then it's just a matter of buying up the tea that I need to bring back. Of course, I forget how much I need, and is it 5 or is it 6 tons? So I go back, check, then buy too much, pick up the superconductors and fill the rest of the cargo bay with coffee. And rule number 3, the jump point is behind the station, no matter where you are and where you're going. The return trips, basically the same 4 jumps going in the other direction. At this time I've used maybe 30 minutes, and I had 52 minutes for the T mission, and to deliver the superconductors I think 45, so I mean I'm under no time pressure and can cruise into Aulin Enterprise. And here we arrive. Notice how they've assigned me docking bay number 1. Clearly they know I'm the man with the tea and coffee. And those superconductors someone may need for something else. But it is the tea and coffee that gets me docking bay 1. All that's left now is to dock and collect your profits. You can even get a commission on the advertising. After all, Isherwood Tea. It takes 38 years for light to get there, but you can have the tea in just 3 minutes. Well, I hope the last 7 minutes have been informative, if not entertaining, but at least bearable. And to those still hanging around the core systems, next time you have a cup of tea, please think of me. Commander Crichton, signing off.